The Eric Light Podcast, where fucks are given, where fucks are given.
Alright, welcome to the Eric Light Podcast. I'm here with
Kyle,
and so we talked on the phone for a bit.
Yep.
And you told me a little bit about yourself and about, some interesting things you went through, some, I guess profound or things that have changed your life and stuff. So why don't you start with a little bit of a, bio or a little bit about yourself so like the viewers can understand who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm Kyle. I'm 23. I originally lived in Mississauga, Etobicoke, like the border. I moved to about 2 months ago now.
Okay. At least you didn't even hear that long.
Yeah. And I've been through a lot, really. And like I'm not really one to talk about myself. I like to keep it to myself because like I don't want people to think I'm trying to seek pity or anything.
Yeah.
But like I feel like this is a good opportunity to like kind of like maybe help people who also are going through that or
Yeah.
So basically, do you want me to start with what I told you on the phone?
Whatever you want, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, so basically what I was telling Eric here on the phone was just when I was 16, I got into like the wrong crowd, and I had a very supportive family. Like my family, they love me very much, like firstborn, like all that jazz. And I just got into the wrong crowd initially because my dad, he used to be a mechanic, and when he was at work, the drive shaft, which is going up the middle of the car connecting the front and back axle, that thing weighs a lot. He was walking under the car, and then the drive shaft slipped out and it hit him right in the head, and it shattered 3 discs in his neck, and basically became paraplegic for about like a year.
It's horrible.
So just like dealing with that and stuff, like I didn't really know how to like cope with it or like really voice.
This makes sense.
I felt inside, so I was like, oh, this stuff makes me not feel anymore. So I met people who did that stuff and got into the wrong crowd, and then made me kind of lose sight of the supportiveness I had with like my family there. But also on the other hand, my mom didn't really, with my dad gone, she didn't really know how to cope as well.
Yeah.
And she was never really just like a kind person either.
Okay.
And as I told you, I'm the type of person that like, if you respect me and you're kind to me and stuff, I give that back. It's a give and take thing with me, because like I feel everybody gets an equal chance and whatever, but not everybody deserves it in a sense.
Yeah, it's really hard to like want to be nice to someone that's essentially really mean to you as well. I think that's kind of a natural thing to not want to, it just feels wrong too. Like it just kind of like, it's one of the worst things is like being nice to someone that is mean to you. Like it just doesn't grind right with a lot of people, I guess. It doesn't feel good.
Because like, and like especially like with like a parental figure, like you want them to like respect you, and you want to respect them. You want to see them as like, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Not like, this is just some woman who was like there half my life. And like it kind of got to that point because like there was times where like I've attempted suicide multiple times. Okay. They've all failed for different reasons and whatnot. I strongly believe now that I'm not done here yet. Like I still need to cause some shit. So like
what I guess what's got you out of your suicide thinking, I guess, or what got you out of that?
What it was just surrounding myself with the right people. Like I've done meds, like been prescribed meds.
Okay.
Multiple times by therapists.
Yeah.
Like doctors.
Are you still on meds now, or?
Nope, I stopped it for the sole reason that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I know deep down.
Were they like antidepressants?
Yeah, antidepressants, antipsychotics.
Oh, okay.
What else was on? Insomnia meds.
Oh, okay, wow, okay.
So like it just zombied me.
Yeah,
I didn't feel anymore. You know what I mean? Like it was at a point, like I was like 18 or so, and like somebody could literally be like having an emotional breakdown in front of me, and I'm sitting there just not knowing what to do. And like it was at that point where my friend was like, why are you like not reacting? Like I'm
so it kind of
crying, and I'm
like blunted your emotions and stuff, kind of made you like Wow, okay.
And it was just because, like, I do have a really severe depression. Like, I have really good highs, and then I have really bad lows. So, like, the doctors, seeing that, they were prescribing me higher dosages, and then it just got to a point where, like, I was just a zombie. So I stopped it. But, and like, it was really hard, because, like, going on afterwards was, like, you have to deal with, like, the flood of the chemical imbalances once again, because the medication was balancing him, but in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, I think medication is good for some people, but
if it works for you, by all means, like, I support it. But, like, for me, it just personally didn't work.
It never. The problem with medication is it's kind of just, it masks the problem but doesn't actually solve the problem. It doesn't solve, like, the root cause in that.
Exactly.
And especially if it's making you completely emotionless, like, why would you want to live life if you just have no goods? Because you have no bads, but you also have no goods.
Yeah,
so, like, what's the point?
And that's what I mean. Like, I know deep down I am an emotional person, and I embrace that. I embrace my highs, I embrace my lows, and I deal with it.
Do you think that maybe, like, your doctor or psychiatrist or whatever was just putting you on too high of medication?
That's what I do believe.
Yeah.
I do believe that. And, like, but, like, I was like, if at some point I do need them again, I'm not against going on it, but I'm going to do what I didn't do last time, which is ask my doctor, like, can I research them first? Can I
that makes sense, for sure.
Before I was just like, give me something. Like, I don't want to, like, feel this way anymore. Like, I don't, like, it got to a point where, like the police were called on me, like, and they had to take me to the hospital and put me in, like, a cement room.
Cement room?
Yeah, it's the suicide watch room.
Why would it be cement?
Because, like, the bed's attached to the wall, and, like, there's really just, like, an iron door with a window that the police can look through, and they're, like...
Oh, so it's almost like a jail cell?
Yeah, pretty much. In the hospital. Like, the emergency room section.
Okay.
So they took my shoelaces, my belt, and my sweater strings, so I couldn't do anything. And they left me in there, and then, like, they had, like, a psychiatrist come in and talk to me and, like, make sure I was stable enough to, like, leave. And I was in there for, like, 3 hours.
3 hours?
So I was like, after that, I'm like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want.
So that was, like, your rock bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, when, like, my own family was like, okay, like, there's a problem.
What type of thoughts were going through your head when you're in that room? Like,
one is, I hate it.
Yeah.
Obviously. The other one was like, why did I get myself into this? The other one was like, I hope a doctor comes in soon, because I ingested a lot of things that, like, I don't want, like, in my system at the moment.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was, like, literally, it was because, like, I locked myself in, like, the washroom and, like, just started taking, like, as many, like, pills as I could.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not down for this anymore.
Was it, like, kind of, did it, like, kind of, like, what's the word? Did it kind of, give you, like, perspective on things?
Yeah. It was a really big wake-up call. And, like,
yeah.
It was, because, like, at that point, like, I was just clouded in, like, my depression. And
yeah.
Because, like, my now fiance, we broke up at that time.
Oh,
and
okay,
it was, like,
yeah.
That was, like, a really hard time. And also, I was getting off of an addiction at that point, too.
Okay.
So, like, and she's always been my support. Like, she's always been there. Like, kind of like my other half kind of balances me out. Right?
Yeah, I find that
so, like, when she wasn't there, it was really tough getting through it. And then, like, my depression came in. My borderline personality disorder started kicking in, so I was snapping out at everybody who were trying to help me.
What exactly is borderline personality disorder?
It comes in different forms. A common one, though, which is what I have, it's not like a severe case. It's just like when you start getting overwhelmed, you don't really know how to, like, express. So, like, you want help. Like, for me, for instance, like, somebody would be trying to help me, and like, I'm not in a good mood. Like, my depression's kicking in, everything's just starting to act up. Yeah. And I will start yelling at you. Okay. And, like, screaming at you, and, like, sound like I'm pissed off at you and I want you to leave, but, like, in actuality, it's like, I don't mean to, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Is that hard for relationships and stuff?
Yeah, it is. But, like, she has bipolar.
Okay.
So, like, it kind of, like...
So she understands it in a way? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because when she left, it was just, like, that's what caused everything, because, like, I didn't have my support system, which I've had for, like, 2+ years at that point.
Okay, so she was, like, your support system?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard, especially if you don't have, like, family there. Mm-hmm. You tend to turn to, like, relationships as a way of having a support.
And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
Well, yeah, because you're relying on one person, right? And thing about family, like when people have family and stuff, is they're always pretty much going to be there if you have a good family.
Yep.
But with a relationship, they come and go all the time for people. And I think that relationships are really good for learning about yourself.
Yep.
Because they kind of are around you more often, and they can tell you your faults and your positives and your faults, so you can learn. And I find that a lot of people, they don't necessarily they don't deal with the root issues, and they end up in the same relationships over and over and over again with the same type of people.
Yep.
And it's good to kind of to get out of that. You gotta like basically work on yourself to be able to get into a good relationship long term.
Yeah.
So but no, that's interesting. You said you had an addiction. What particularly were you like addicted to, I guess?
There was 2 separate times.
Okay.
Two separate things. The first one was like when I initially got into the back crowd was MDMA.
Okay.
And that
so
was
you're
like,
addicted to MDMA?
Yeah. For like.
What is that? What is it like to be addicted? Because I've never been addicted.
There's different types of addictions. There's mental ones, and then there's like physical ones.
Okay.
With the MDMA, it was more of a mental one because it does affect your serotonin, like makes you really happy and stuff. And like when you're off of it, it drops your serotonin really, really low.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel really exhausted and just shit and just like you don't want to do anything. So like I'll fall asleep if I do sleep, or like when I get off of it, I just feel like garbage, and I just like I know the only way to get it like feeling normal is to get more.
Okay.
And then the second one.
But wouldn't you get normal if you just stayed off it for a while and then balance out?
Yeah, that's all it is, honestly.
But you can't deal with that feeling for short periods of time.
Yeah, it's really strong. It's really strong, and especially the more you do it. Yeah. The more frequent you do it, the stronger that kind of need and that craving gets. And so when we're like you always know. Yeah. When you're addicted to stuff, you always know. In the back of your head, like not even in the back of your head, it's screaming at you.
Do you think that addiction is more of a like a self-medicating thing than it is like anything else? Because it sounds like you said it makes you feel really, really shitty. Mm-hmm. If you can't handle feeling shitty, then you're gonna have to like, if you're willing to do more drugs just to feel not shitty, then that's telling, right? Yeah, exactly. Because some people, they'll just feel shitty and like, oh, I feel shitty right now, and they understand because of the drug, so I'm just gonna wait it out. But if you can't wait it out, like, you know what I mean?
It's a will thing. Yeah. It's all a will thing.
Yeah.
Like for the first time, like when I was getting off of the M, like it was a will thing. So I was like, I don't want to feel like this. And also I was losing weight because I wasn't eating, because you don't get hungry on it.
Yeah, that would affect you too.
I dropped down to like 80 something pounds. Ooh. And like my friend came by and he like hasn't seen me in like a year at this point, right? And he gives me a hug and he picks me up literally with one arm.
Oh wow.
And he's like just a bit like bigger.
How old were you at this time?
I was like 19.
So you're 19 weighing 80 pounds. Yeah. That's really bad.
And like I'm like 6 foot kind of like
that's
like 6
really
foot, so it's like so like he picked it up, he's like, dude, you weighed like nothing. And that's when I was just like, well, I looked at myself in the mirror, my cheeks were kind of sunken. Yeah, and, like, I haven't slept for days, so like you could tell. I'm just like, ew. That was the only thing that went through my mind. Was like, ew, I look gross. Okay. So I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't like this anymore.
So that was like when you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time in your past where you did get along with your family and everything was good?
Yeah. Up until my dad's accident.
Okay. Yeah. And how old were you when that happened?
I was like 16.
16
when that happened.
Okay, so then
15 turning 16.
15, 16. So right when you're in high school, basically.
Yeah, like I just got into high school pretty much. Like grade 9 was good, and then grade 10 was like it. That's when it happened.
Okay, but you did have quite a bit of time.
Yep. Like I had like a good amount of like during high school, like it was decent. Like when I was at school, and like if I did go to class, like it was good. When I skipped, it was fine. Like I had my friends. Like high school life was normal, but it wasn't until like closer to like the end. Yeah. That like mid to like end of high school was like when like stuff got to like.
So you went from being relatively normal and everything being okay to like complete 360 difference.
Yep.
Wow.
Like pretty much I had to become like the adult in my family. Okay. Like I had to step up. Like I started working at like 16. Like.
So would you say that experience with your father and stuff, that kind of gave you all these disorders and all these problems? Like you didn't have them before that.
I had depression, but like it wasn't bad. It was just like I would just have slight like.
So it kind of exacerbated it.
Yeah, like because like just I guess because like the trauma, like the therapist said and everything was just like the sudden trauma of everything from going to like having like a stable family to like that like my dad going through his accident, and then my mom walking out, and then like just having to become kind of like the adult and everything.
Okay. And how old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay. So how many years has it been since then?
Since the accident?
Yeah.
I don't even know now. It's been a while.
So you were, like said 15, 16?
Yeah, 16 when the accident happened, and then my dad was like, for a year after till 17, my dad was a paraplegic, so like in a wheelchair. And then from 16 to 17, that's when I was kicked out like late. So for like pretty much the whole time he was in like the hospital, like I was gone.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And like I wanted to be there, but it's like
it seemed like everything happened all at once.
Yeah, and that's what really kind of like shot me over.
That tends to happen too. It's like a domino effect for some reason. Like everything falls apart all at once.
It's a really bad chain reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, you even said with like your girlfriend, oh, that ended at the same time you were thrown into that like kind of like a jail setting or something. So it kind of compounds it and makes it worse. Yeah. Okay,
it was really bad. But then like I came back and everything was fine. I just like I smoked a lot of weed at that point. But then I got like I met a new crowd, and that's when I got like into like the like addiction chapter of my life.
That's the thing. When you're around, if you have friends that are like, you tend to do the same thing your friends do.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was honestly the setting, because like after like when I was getting off of like the M, it was like because I was pretty much just going to the same house every day.
Yeah.
Like to go and chill there and everything, and that's when I was like, why am I doing this? Yeah. Like that's really what it was. It was like, why am I here? And then like I stopped, and then because my mom left before that, like before the addiction, but like she just walked out one day. And
like of your like house and stuff, or she just
left? Yeah, she left one day. Came home from work, said, "I don't love you" to my dad. Okay. And then just walked out, and we never heard from her again. And it's been like 3 years now.
The fuck? So she's just gone. Like you haven't seen her since.
Nope.
No
contact, no call. So like that also kind of like pushed it too. So like she was already gone at this point. So like I was like, you know what, like I need to get out of this environment.
Yeah, for sure.
So I moved in with my girlfriend at that time, and then like her and I, we got off of it because she was doing not as much as me, but like she did her thing too, but we got off of it. But then like the way we got off of it was like we were introduced to something else.
Okay.
And then we started doing that, and then that's like I said the mental one was like the end. This was like a physical one. Okay. So like that one was like we were doing that for a year.
And what was this?
Oxy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were doing like 80 mil, so like a really high dosage.
Yeah.
And like we were doing a lot, and like I think that was the lowest point, absolute lowest. Yeah. Absolute lowest, because like like when I wasn't on it, like I felt like a physical like pain, and then like I was really angry too. So like I was fighting with like my family, like my grandparents, because like my dad was like, he was pretty much at the end of his ropes at this point. Like he was going to pass, so like he was in the hospital again. So it was just like my grandparents, and like I was just arguing with them and stuff. And like I don't want to ever do that. I love my grandparents. I've always loved my grandparents. Like they've always been like the supportive ones. Them and my dad have always been the supportive ones. But like we were doing that, and then we did too much one night, and then she started to like fall asleep, and then like I'm just talking like whatever, and then like she's not responding to me, and usually she does. So like I shake her a bit, and like she's not responding. So like I check her breathing, and she's not breathing. So I'm like, holy fuck, like my girlfriend's about to die. So like I started doing CPR on her, started like slapping the shit out of her, not like in any bad way, just trying to like bring her to. And then she finally wakes up. She's like, "What? Why are you hitting me?" She had no idea what happened. In her mind, she was just asleep. And I'm like, "You literally almost died." And then she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then like we got, and then that's when like the will thing comes in. Yeah. Because I like at that point I was wanting to get off of it. I was like, "Yo, fuck this shit. Like I don't like it. It's not making me. It's making I'm dependent on it. Like I couldn't go out to hang out with my friends without having to do some, and then bring some with me and sneaking into the washroom, and like if I ever went into any raves downtown, like you know Kauai Base. Have you heard of Kauai Base? Like the little like rave thing downtown Toronto. They have this boat rave. Like it's on like this little like boat that goes out into Lake Ontario. And like they just play like music and stuff there, and like a cosplay thing too. Okay. And like I had to bring stuff with me and like sneak it on there. And I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I want to go and enjoy myself and be happy. Like, I couldn't go on vacations because, like, if I went 3 days, I would start feeling it, and then I have to go home. So I was like, no, I don't want this. So, like, and then after, like, that happened with my girlfriend, I was like, okay, the will thing really kicked it.
So how long have you been off of Oxy and stuff?
About 6 months.
6 months, okay. Yeah.
6 to 8 months.
Is it still hard for you now, or?
There's still one long-term effect, which is, I just wake up at 9, because, like, I get slight knee pain. But I had, like, knee pain prior. Like,
why is it always at 9?
I don't know. Just my body just always is like, okay, time. Like, I fall asleep at like 10, and I wake up at like 9 a.m. And then I just wake up at 9, and then like my body has to be active at that point.
So it did like actual like physical damage to your body and stuff.
I feel like it might have done that, like with like my joints especially, because as I said, I had joint pain prior from like just being out all night and walking around a lot. But like now it's like it's not constant. It's just only in the morning. But like after like a half an hour and like I start moving around stuff, it goes away and I'm perfectly fine.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's just really odd. And I'm like, man, I want to sleep in sometimes. Like, I would love to sleep until noon, but it's like, but on the other hand, it's like, I get more out of my day. Like, I get to.
So, like, what have you been doing, like now? Like, what are you doing now to, like, try to make things better? Like, what is stuff you've been enacting? You said you're, like, getting different friends and stuff. Like, what is...
I got back in touch with my old friends.
Okay.
Like, my old group of friends. Like, I cut everybody out. Except for, obviously, my girlfriend. And, like, my old friends. I got back into touch with them.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, dude, like, you're always welcome. Because they were always the ones who, before I got into the wrong crowd, they were there from, like, grade 6 up until that point. So, like, they're, like, my long-term friends. And, like, they welcome me back. And, like, now I'm, like, they're more of a positive influence. Like, I've been talking to 2 of them, especially about, like, my problems, like, because it's something that, like, especially if you're friends, you don't know how they're going to react. You don't know how they're going to see you, especially after knowing, like,
for sure,
what happened, right? So, like, but they've been really supportive.
That's good.
Like, they were like, yeah, you can talk to us about anything, and I'm like, honestly, that means a lot, because, like,
you're, like, really lucky to have friends like that too. So many people, like, they don't have friends.
That's exactly what I was scared of, because I know so many people whose their childhood friends, they don't talk to them anymore. Yeah. Because of, like, what they did. And, like, honestly, like, I can say this, like, everybody I met while, like, doing things and through that, they all just made the wrong choice. Like, that's all it was. They made the wrong choice, and they're trying to cope with their own problems. And, like, but a lot of them, they don't have people to talk to about it. Okay. So that's why they resort to... So they don't have any other options, they feel like? Yeah, in their mind. But really, it's there. Yeah. They just... A lot of people just need somebody just to honestly be like, hey, dude, like... They just need, like, one person to kind of, like, get them straight. Yeah, or be like, hey, like, you talk to me, like, what's going on? Like, I'm here for you. That's it. That's all it took for me. It was just, like, somebody... Like, just, like, somebody outside of, like, my girlfriend. Yeah. Saying, like, I'm here for you. I almost feel like I could have ended up in that position that you're in. Because when I was in high school, around like grade 10 or so, I started with like smoking weed and stuff, and then eventually I ended up doing like shrooms and that, and I was like gonna keep on doing more, but I had a shroom trip that was really, really, really bad and gave me a panic disorder, and that kind of scared me right out of it. Yeah. So I guess it was kind of a bad and a good thing in a sense, because after that I was like, I can't do drugs anymore. Like this is fucking me up. Yeah. Like I'm getting panic attacks all the time. Like I gotta stop this. But what I remember, what got me into like doing shrooms and stuff was like I didn't see the point in life. I didn't see the point in like what is all this about? Like I just felt like it was a very mundane, boring existence. A nihilistic point of view. Yeah, in a sense. Absolutely. That's like absolutely. And I thought if I did that, it would kind of give me a different perspective. And what was interesting when I was like hallucinating, when I was on the shrooms, there was a point after all the terror and everything, I was freaking out. I started just laughing my ass off. Like I just started laughing because all the shit that I was stressed out about, all the stuff I was worried about and everything was just so stupid. Yep. Like compared to like the big picture, it was just so dumb. Like I was like, there's so much more important in life than just like worrying about what people think of you or worrying about all these stupid things. Like life is too short to worry about stuff like that. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I thought. And especially like people like in high school that like either like would like say shit to me or anything,
like, where are they now? They're completely gone. They're out of my life. It has no effect.
Exactly.
Right? So, no, that's incredible. Like, so have you ever like gone to counseling or anything, or?
I was seeing like a therapist pretty much for a tiny bit, and like a psychiatrist just for a time, but just like mostly just talk about it.
Oh, so it was like talk therapy.
Yeah, just like talk about it and like see like what's wrong with me and like why I feel this way and like why I'm resorting to these things.
I've like went through a lot of different talk therapy and stuff. I found with that in particular, you have to be really engaged with it for it to work.
You need to like the person.
That's true too.
And you need to get along with the person. Like, I'd seen 2 of them, and the first one I couldn't get along because like he just wasn't engaging enough. He wasn't.
Yeah. No, it's like you have to be like, okay, I feel like this. What can I do? What's wrong with my thinking? And then write stuff down and practice it and stuff like that is really helpful.
And it wasn't until like I was taken into like the suicide watch room.
Yeah.
Like, and the therapist they sent in, she was a younger girl around my age, and they sent that in specifically because I was cooperative with the police, but like not really too cooperative. I'm like, if you're gonna put me in this like freaking room, like at least bring in somebody I can like talk to. And they're like, well, we're gonna send in somebody, and I'm like, no, like give me somebody like that, like I can talk to, because I don't want no old ass man or whatever. I don't want no like thick-headed person. Like I need somebody I can talk to
that you can relate with more.
Yeah. Okay. So they brought in the youngest like person they had, and she was literally like at least like I think 2 years like above me. So I was like, whatever. And like she was just talking to me, like it was cool. Like she was talking to me not as a patient, not as a client or whatever, just but like as like you and I, like just having a chat.
I think I found that with counselors that I had, the ones that were like younger stuff, kind of like they just started kind of thing, where they had more passion with it.
They had more to prove.
Yeah.
They had more to prove.
Yeah, because the older ones kind of they've been doing it for so long.
So they've seen everything.
Yeah.
But like with the younger ones, like they're more engaging with it. They wanna.
That's true.
I feel like they want to help you more. Like they want to know what's making you tick, and like what's making you do this. Yeah,
no, that makes complete sense. So, I'm assuming you still have problems you have to deal with, stuff you still have things to work through. It's a slow process for sure. Yeah. Definitely takes a long time. But the way to get through that is like you have to constantly have motivation. Mm-hmm. You have to constantly have like short term like rewards, I guess, to be able to achieve, because like old habits are really 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 hard.
Yep.
It's like ingrained in your brain, like through your plasticity and stuff. You have to like basically create new habits, and then you have to stick with them for such a long time. And then if you get stressed out or depressed or something, it'll go right back to the old habit. And so it's really definitely hard to break.
Like there was about like a time a month ago where like I was having a down point. Yeah. And it's like it was because of like the separation. I just moved, right? Like my girlfriend was back in Toronto. Like I'm here, so it's like that thing. And like I saw like one little pill like I had like from like months and months ago. Yeah. I forgot that I had, like, and I found it during like when I'm unpacking everything, and like I was so close to cracking, but I was like, you know what, no, I can't do this because everything is flashed in my head. Yeah. Everything back, and then like I thought of how much progress I made and how happier I am, and like it is a slow process because like you have those points.
You would regret it more if you didn't.
Yeah, and it's gonna, cause like it's like I've taken 10 steps forward, but doing that would take you 15 steps back. Yeah. Because like just all it takes, and like people don't realize this, and like this is why it's so hard for people recovering and everything too, is because like all it takes is just that one time. Okay. Just really that one time to go back, and like over half the progress they've made will go away, because like they can either go back into it, or it's just as like in my case, like if I were to do that, like more of the withdrawal symptoms would come back. Yeah. Like the pain would come back, and like the cravings would come back and everything, and like the thoughts would come back. So
that's crazy, right? Like if someone that never did that before did that, it's not going to have the same effect, but it's like almost like something that's been physically changed within your brain and within your body. Yeah. So if you do that one time, it's like all comes back all at once.
It's like it's like a rewiring almost. Yeah. Because like I thought about it before, like when I was like just getting off of it and everything. I'm like, man, there was a time where like I could sit up and play Xbox for like 8 hours. Yeah. Or be on the computer all night and like not have any want to do anything else or whatever. But now it's like I can't go like this long without like having to take a break and like top up in a sense.
That sucks.
But now it's like I'm so much happier.
You're much happier
I'm
now?
so much happier. So much happier. Like, yeah, I have my down points sometimes, but that's just because the depression is there, and like
it will come back, and
yeah.
it fluctuates like kind of like waves.
And like my anxiety is there at times. Like if I'm like the only time it'll actually happen though is like when I'm playing Payday 2 on Xbox One.
Okay.
And like there was this one song that plays, and like it plays every time the police come.
Yeah.
And like it just builds louder and louder and louder, and it picks up beat. So I'm just like my anxiety starts to like trigger really back. So I'm like, oh my god, like I know something bad's gonna happen about it, and like I can't do anything about it, and it's so loud.
Okay.
But like besides that, like yeah, I'm perfectly like good now. Like I feel a lot happier with my life, and like I'm happier in like where I am in my life.
What do you think's the number one thing that has like helped you to be happier and stuff?
Friends and family.
Friends and family? Oh, you connected with some of your family again?
Yeah, I got back in touch with like my aunts and my uncles.
Okay.
My grandparents and I have a lot stronger relationship now.
And they're all supportive and everything?
Yeah, they trust me again, because before they could not trust being around me. They like would have to like hide things because they were worried I was going to steal things or whatever.
Yeah.
When like I rarely ever stole. There was only like 2 times when I was like really desperate and like really bad place in life.
That's interesting.
And then like you don't want to. You never want to, and you feel guilty about it after.
Mm-hmm.
And but like you can't apologize about it because it's like you stole off of them, you know?
Yeah.
But like I've rekindled everything, and like I regained their trust again.
Do you think that like people take their family for granted? They don't realize how important like your family actually is.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Very much so. And like I feel like the people who don't and who really do appreciate their family are the ones who've gone through something.
Yeah, for sure.
Some form of loss in their family, some form of like incident in their family, or like some kind of fallout in their family. That's what brings families closer, because they really realize like what they have and how easy it is to lose. Like when my dad died, like that's when I rekindled with my aunts and uncles, because they realized that like even though I was going through my own problems and stuff, like I'm still a part of this family, and I just lost somebody major in my life, and like that's when they came in and we talked about everything. Like we spent time together again and rekindled everything. And now like my aunt's like my new mom, because I don't know where my mom is, so like she's like, I'll be your mom, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, cool.
That's awesome. No, I think it puts things in perspective when you go through like trauma of any kind. It's just, it's so weird. The world we live in is just, it's so fucking weird, because like so many people, they just like, they bitch about stupid shit like all the time. Like they'll be like, oh, it's fucking some person cut me off, or oh, this person didn't put whipped cream on my fucking latte or something.
I think the funniest is when I hear my friends go like, God, my stupid mom left like my clothes in the basket instead of putting it away, and I'm like,
my mom never did that.
Yeah, I'm like, where's my mom? Can your mom come and do that for me, please?
I don't. Like, no one puts my laundry away. That's awesome.
I know. Like I have to do all my own stuff. Like
it's like the kids that got like allowances and stuff. They got like money from their parents all the time. It's like I never got.
I had to work for mine.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like it's just first world problems, right? And we just live in like a country, and we're just so privileged that everything's so easy.
Yep.
Like something's so freaking easy, and I think that people just get so bored because there's like everything's so fucking easy that they have to find something to complain about.
Yeah.
But if you actually been through like trauma or real shit, like when you go through life, like you just seem a lot more like zen. Like you're just like small shit like that doesn't bug you.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
This is exactly like people get cut off or whatever, like the little nitpicky things. Like I just kind of just go through now.
Well, like I don't know, if someone like cuts me off or something, I kind of just think like, oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, I probably know how that guy's feeling right
like,
now.
No, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Like that's like that's the extent of it.
Like that's the thing. Like I've done really dickish things to people. Like, I've done some terrible things.
Oh yeah.
And I understand my mindset at the time, and I regret that shit. And like it's kind of I look back at that and I'm like, how can I not be like that? Because I don't like being like that.
Yep.
I don't like the things that I've done, And that's been like pretty helpful with me is accepting the negative, like accepting the really shitty stuff about yourself.
You accept your flaws.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and working to
you build off
achieve them. Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like that's like I kind of do that too, because like I'll look back at myself, like back in high school, for instance, like I was not like a bully, but I was really mean to people. Like I was an asshole because I was cocky and like I had like a bit of like an ego to myself, right?
Where do you think that came from?
Being a man whore.
Okay.
To be completely honest, because like that was my goal in high school. Was like I want to like.
I feel
get
like
with girls.
Because I've definitely had like kind of like a cockiness before in the past. I felt like it came from insecurity.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. No, that's it.
I just felt really insecure about myself, and I need like validation from people. And so that was kind of the way to like, see people saying I'm awesome or something, so then I feel better about myself.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because like for me, it was like I wanted to like, I want to date like this really hot girl. And
it was about
like,
how hot they were. It wasn't about like anything else. It was just about that status.
And like I was like willing to like change myself in a sense. Like
was it even that you thought was hot, or what you thought other people would think was hot? Like other people's perspective.
I think it was a bit of both, like a 50-50 thing. Like of course, like you have to have that attractiveness.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But like also, it's like I want to be seen with them. And, like, I want
you want people to see you with them.
Yeah, because it's like the high school thing.
Yeah,
right? Like you want to be known. You want to be known for something. And like my whole goal was just like I just wanted to be known. Like I didn't care what for. I didn't care like if it was like, but I was lazy also because like I smoked a lot of weed at the same time. So like I don't want to do sports because that'll mean I have to work out, and that'll mean I have to do something other than smoking weed. Yeah. But also I wanted to like people to know me. So it was like the next best thing I can do is like hook up with like as many chicks as I can, or like
that's interesting,
date like
the way I'm like I don't know, I'm just thinking this off my head, but you know how like people say like, oh, my mom's my biggest fan or whatever and shit like that. Yeah. Like it's because like if your mom doesn't give you like approval and stuff and doesn't like you or some shit, it's almost like you seek that other places.
Yeah, you're always really trying to seek that approval.
Yeah.
That's where the daddy issue thing comes in with girls.
Exactly.
Like,
I think
there's daddy issues are always trying to seek like an authoritative figure, kind of.
Do you think there's that kind of like the daddy issue thing is with like with men as well, but with the like their mother and stuff?
Mommy issue, yeah. No, I have that. I'm open about that. I have a huge mommy issue complex. Because like as I said, my girlfriend's my biggest support system. Yeah. And like if I'm sick, she takes care of me, and like she's my biggest fan, and like whatever kind of thing. So it's like, but she's not like a mother figure, but like she has that kind of like assertiveness to her that like a mother kind of has, you know, like she's confident in herself.
Do you seek girls to date that are almost like mother-like?
No,
or
because
like
before, it's only now. Because like before my mom left, I was just dating like
for like the status and stuff.
Yeah, but then like it was after like my mom left and stuff that like I was like, you know what, like I need somebody who's going to be there for me. Yeah. Like, I don't want to date around. I want somebody who's kind of stick there. And, like, that, like, assertiveness and, like, confidence also kind of, like, comes hand in hand with that. Because, like, when you're with somebody for so long and, like, in a steady relationship, you get to know the person inside and out, and they get comfortable with you. And then, like, they kind of find their own role in the relationship. So, like, that's kind of why, like, not every guy has, like, wears the pants in a relationship. It's a split thing at times, too.
I've definitely, like, dated girls and stuff to feel better in that, because I found, I don't know if this is with the same thing with you, I found with guys it's different. Their friendships are based around things. Yeah. So like you'd be like, oh, okay, we're friends because we both like this, or we have the same interests. With women, it's like kind of like emotional.
It's an emotional thing. It's an emotional thing.
With guys though, like, and that's the problem with like relationships with guys. They're so fucking invested in the relationship because that's like all their emotional support for some guys.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have they don't get it anywhere else. They don't get it anywhere else.
Especially if you don't have like a family support. Yeah. That's fucking hard.
Unless you have like bros who are like they're called bros because they're your brothers. You know what I mean? Like, then it's very rare to find that emotional support from anywhere outside of that.
From friends I had, like, and people like it's more of a hidden thing, but like when guys fucking break up with like a girl they had for a long time, it's fucking devastating.
Oh my god, I know. I went all of March break after like my first like real girlfriend, like over a year. When she broke up with me when I was in high school, I was crushed for like all of March break.
I remember watching my friend because he didn't know I was there. He was like at like my one. There's like a door. There's like a glass door, and I was looking through my window. And he was just fucking crying his eyes out from that. Like it was just devastating. Especially like if that's like all your emotional support, it's like all your support, and you don't have that in other places, like that's fucking hard. It's really fucking hard, and it sucks because women aren't gonna find men that are super needy, attractive stuff. They're not gonna want like a guy that's super like needy and all this other crap. But it's hard to not be needy if that's like all you fucking have. So it's like
and like that's why like when I was in high school I was like an asshole because like I had to put on like and have like that ego and stuff. And
so it's like a mask or
to put on because like I knew like that's what girls like. They like the bad boy. So like that's why I skipped class. That's why I smoked weed. That's why I sold like weed back in high school. Like that's why like I like and also like I was a scene kid. So like in like my old area, like that was not very seen. You know what I mean? So like all that was there was just like me and like the other like a raver kids too. So like we stood out. So like the girls always thought like, oh, this like edgy looking bad boy.
I mean
he's like an asshole too. So it was like it worked for me back then. I mean, but like now it's like
I'm only like 22 years old, so I don't know if I like know everything about this, but like from my experience, because I used to think that girls like the bad boy stuff. What I learned is girls actually don't like that.
Oh no,
long term, you're never gonna have a long term relationship. Like
it was always short term.
Yeah,
it was always short term
because they realize that you're just a fucking asshole at the end. But what I think what it really is confidence.
Yep.
You can be a good person and be confident. There's people that fucking run businesses or anything. There's like confident people
because confidence is hot. Because because when with confidence comes like not just like the confidence within, but like a physical kind of thing too. You're gonna stand up more straight. You're gonna kind of like puff out more because you're confident with yourself. You're confident how you look and everything. So like,
and I think that a lot of guys try to trick girls into thinking they like certain ways. But the thing is, with humans, we're so good at knowing when people are bullshitting.
Yeah, we can.
It's just the subtle body languages, the subtle little things we can tell, and like. When it comes to like confidence and stuff, you can only really achieve that is if you worked on yourself.
Yep.
And you got rid of the insecurity and you got rid of all that stuff, because the insecurity is always going to shine through no matter what, even if you try to fake it. So it's like that's why I said like you got to work on yourself to be able to get into a good relationship eventually. So
and like that's why like I feel like I'm lucky because like it was after like I had like a really bad breakup and like she like really like left me like insecure and like broken because like she changed me into somebody I wasn't, and like when I realized that and I wasn't happy and like the fallout happened, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was after because I was like, that's not me. Like all my old clothes were thrown out, like all my band shirts and everything were thrown out, like my skinny jeans were all thrown out. Like I had no piercings left. I took everything out. Like I had like lip done, my nose done, septum all up here, bigger spacers than this. Like I was like decked out, and then it's like. No, all that's gone. So I didn't know who it was, and like that left me insecure. And but like that's when I realized I'm like, I'm just gonna be me. And if like if nobody likes me,
that's how I like back when my YouTubers were popular and stuff. I kind of had like this character. So I was kind of like it was like I acted like the character. It wasn't really me. It was like a different persona, and I kind of acted how I thought other people wanted. Because I used to do that with my girlfriend. Like. I'd be like, is this good? Is this look good? Or is this good? Should I be doing this? Like I always like was so concerned about what other people thought because I wanted people to like me. I wanted people to approve of me. And eventually I just like got to a point now, and why I'm starting the podcast actually as part of it, is I want to fucking be myself, because when I'm older, I want to look back and be like, you know what? I'm actually proud of what I did. I'm actually like happy with what I like who I became and like made the right decisions. Because the one thing I just don't want is I don't want to have a life full of regrets. That's what I don't want. I don't want to have a life just full of regrets, because there's nothing worse than that. I think so. Yeah. But no, that's incredible. I feel really bad for what happened to you. Honestly, that's fucking terrible. You know, I've been through trauma myself when I was younger. Fucking long time ago. I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. But you know, it's a slow process. You can get better. I think I read somewhere that like basically if you went through trauma after the age of 4, you can get completely better. Like you can actually heal from it. So I don't know how true that is. I've read that somewhere, but
I feel like it's true.
Yeah, you just got to keep working on it.
Because I would my dad at first.
I personally think I would look into either like counseling or something, continuing it. Start reading books and stuff that are related to that. That's what I started doing as well. I had to like force myself to read because it's really hard to like. I haven't read in so long. It's like
Yeah.
it's hard to like get into it, but I can like okay, I'm gonna force myself to read for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and eventually you just get into it. You're like into like what it's saying and stuff, and then you like start reading more. But that helped me a lot with. There's a particular book that I think would be good for you. It's called The Simple Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a really good book. I like that book.
That sounds like
It's
a book I'd read. Yeah.
No, it's like really good. It's about basically figuring out what you should care about and what you shouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets into depth, like different levels of like, okay, why do I feel this way about certain things? What's that actually saying?
Yeah.
And really looking into yourself and figuring out yourself more deeply is so fucking important. Self-introspection is so important. I find, like, you can't really improve if you don't like to figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I cocky? Why, like using that is so fucking important. Because like I bet if you knew the reason behind all that shit and you knew what you knew today, you probably wouldn't be like that back then.
Oh no. If I had the outlook on life I have now back then, I know my life would be a lot better. Yeah. But then at the same time, it makes me think like, if I was this way then, if I wasn't that way, would I still be the same person I am now? Because I feel like the person I am now is because of
it definitely
everything. Because like going through like being kicked out made me have a really big outlook on like what you have. Yeah. And how easy it is to go from being on top of the world to nothing. And that was like when I first realized that. And that helped change me also. But then also realizing how much I hurt people, especially the girls I was seeing and stuff, that made me more humble in a sense, more down to earth. And then going through like everything with like my dad, my mom, and like losing them made me really get in touch with family. And that's when I learned like just how big of a foundation family really is. Right. And then also going through like addiction made me learn that friendship. Yeah. And finding the right group of people and the right people in your life really keeps you stable as well. So I feel like if I didn't go through any of that, I wouldn't be this person.
I feel like people are constantly like they don't see the difference between pleasure and happiness. Yep. Which is like a complete difference.
There's a huge thing. Yeah. Huge difference.
And people are constantly like searching for pleasure. They'll like buy a bunch of stupid shit or like they'll have sex or like all these things to try to feel better. But they're not really going towards happiness. And you can't just like you can't buy happiness. You can't just happiness. I think anyway. Happiness comes from basically working towards your problems. Yep. So because like life, you're always gonna have problems. You're always gonna have like issues, no matter what. You will never live a life where you just have no problems. No matter what, all through your life, you always have problems.
If you're a normal human being, you're gonna have problems.
But it's actually working towards those problems and getting better problems. Problems that aren't as bad, right?
As major as
exactly.
And you're trying to work for the little things in life that piss you off, not the oh my god, like
you would rather have your mom.
My friend just died. Yeah. Like what? I don't know how to deal with this. Like
you would rather not have. You'd rather get pissed off that your mom didn't do your laundry than have like some traumatic thing, right?
Yeah, and like being pissed off at her for like leaving. Like
exactly.
Like
exactly.
You have like the little things. And, no, but like that is happiness. Because like happiness, it isn't just like, oh, I have a wall full of pop figures. No, that's not happiness.
It doesn't last very long.
It's a temporary fix. You can't have those forever. You know what I mean? But like,
it's almost like a drug in a sense too, because like, you'll buy something that feels good for a while, and then it's like, oh well, it doesn't feel good anymore. It's like, well, why did you
have to go buy a new one now? Like,
I think there's like a hierarchy of what is like makes you feel good and stuff, and the number one's people. Other people is so fucking important.
Long term. Yeah. Long term friends.
Having that is so important. We're very social creatures as well, and it's just
we feed off of other people. We're emotional vampires. Yeah. In a sense, we like to be truly happy. We have to feed off of others to eventually be able to self-sustain ourselves. Yeah. So like having friends there, having family, having loved ones really does help feed you working on yourself. Yeah. Because you can only, you could fix yourself, but it can only go so far. Having the support and others cheering you on, being like, dude, you're doing fine, you're on the right track. That really will help people over that edge. Like I know if I didn't have my friends and like my girlfriend, I would not have gotten off of anything. I know that for a fact. I know like today, I wouldn't have sent you that comment and message and everything, I would probably be at home just curled up in a vegetable like state on my bed. Well, I wouldn't be out. I wouldn't be doing the things I want to do if I didn't have those.
I just want to say, like, this has been incredible. It's been an incredible, like, podcast here. I find, like, your story and everything you're saying just, like, really inspirational and just really moving. And, like, I fucking feel so, like, mad and, like, upset about, like, what happened to you. And, anyway, like, thanks you for being on the podcast.
Dude, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, so, anyways, is there anything else you want to say, or?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me this chance to, like, talk to everybody and talk to you and kind of get everything out there.
All right.
It's good to, like, help me and help everyone else.
All right, so hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Just comment below whatever the hell you want, and good day, everyone.